Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Rolly Romero may be the boogeyman at 147. You got Devin, you got Ryan, you got a lot of other guys, man. You still got Brian Norman Jr. You got a lot of cats at 147 who get busy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, Rolly may be the boogeyman. Anyway, check this out. PBC has sent an offer to Devin Haney for a unification bout against Rolly Romero. The bout will take place on May 30th at the Barclays Center in New York City. And I am hoping that this fight happens because, to be honest with you, these guys need to fight. I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know what the problem is with making fights. But I tell you, one guy who will accept all challenges is this guy right here, Devin Haney. You see, Devin Haney said, "My father spoke to us, spoke to Luis, Rolly's manager. Rumors are true. Let's see if we can get this done." He says, "Inshallah." Okay. And that's all good, man. But I'm going to tell you, you would think that everybody would have been converging on Rolly to make that fight. People are not lining up to fight Rolly Romero for obvious reasons, because Rolly gets busy. You can say what you want about Rolly and his personality. Rolly will knock your ass out, and they know it. A lot of them, most of them have sparred each other. They know what each other brings to the table. But I'm going to tell you one thing. It's two things when it comes to boxing. Two things that make people think twice about fighting. Speed kills, and that power discourages people. And Rolly, his speed is good. But his hands aren't as fast as Devin. His hands definitely aren't as fast as Ryan. But the power he possesses and his timing has improved. Rolly has something special going for him. And I'm to be honest with you, I'm shocked that, the man Pacquiao put duck sauce on the fried rice. Ryan didn't want to fight him. He was trying to make a big fight with somebody else. But the bottom line is there's a lot of people duck Rolly Romero. And this is what's interesting. When you take a look here, at 147 pounds, you see Rolly's the WBA champion. Now, if Rolly's supposed to be the weak link, how come nobody went at him? Even Conor Benn ducked Rolly. But if Rolly's supposed to be the weak link, how come nobody wants to fight him? I'm sitting here cracking up. They want nothing to do with Rolly. Now, this Giasov, under the WBA column, he's ranked number 1. He's the mandatory to Rolly for Rolly's WBA Super World Welterweight Championship, right? Some people are saying that Rolly is just looking for big money. Instead, he has to fight somebody he doesn't want to fight, which is his mandatory Giasov. For little to no money, Giasov is going to beat Rolly. Let me tell you something. Giasov ain't beating Rolly Romero. Can Giasov scrap? Yeah, he can fight. You got to give him some credit, but he ain't beating Rolly. I think Rolly knocks him out. He may chicken peck Rolly here and there. He may coochie coo him. He may tickle him. But once Rolly figures out the timing and everything, Rolly gets him, catches him, gets him up out of there. But what's sad to see is Ryan Garcia really doesn't want nothing to do with Rolly in the rematch for obvious reasons. And it seems like Devin doesn't want anything to do with Ryan Garcia for the rematch for obvious reasons. And I can say, I'm not saying Devin's scared of Ryan. I'm saying Devin has every right to look at Ryan and say, you know what, man, part of me wants to fight you, but man, you did me dirty. You know what I'm saying with them pads? I don't know if I should give you that opportunity. And if Devin is going to fight him, which he's mentioned, no, man, they need stringent testing. They need it starting now. Like, Devin and them ain't playing around with Ryan. And nobody should. Because even, I'll be honest with you, Ryan looked like a beast against Barrios. But Ryan didn't look like anything against Rolly. He didn't have that speed. He didn't have that physique. He didn't have that power. But against Devin, he looked the same way he looked against Barrios. And then the fight before that, where he fought, I believe it was Duarte, Ryan looked like a beast. So it just makes you wonder what happened with the Rolly fight. Nonetheless, Rolly Romero may be the boogeyman. You take a look at Devin Haney. I don't think he wants to fight Jack Catterall. Devin Haney's the WBO champion. I just don't think he wants to fight Catterall. Catterall can fight. I'm not saying Devin loses. All I'm saying is Catterall can fight. Lewis Crocker, I'm surprised. I can't remember who he's fighting next. I don't know. I guess while I'm talking to you, I could look it up, right? Because I was reading, and I was like, man, what are they doing with this Lewis Crocker? I know Devin wanted to fight him, but it seemed like that wasn't able to sort itself out. Liam Paro, that's it, June this year, that's right. Supposed to be fighting Liam Paro. So we'll see how all of that goes. But Liam Paro can fight. I don't know who wins between him and Crocker. That's a good fight. But again, you come back to the really big names of the division, Devin, Ryan, and Rolly, and it just seems like, no one is really calling Rolly out. Like it's amazing to me. No one wants anything to do with Rolly. And some say it's because he's a high risk, low reward. But my thing is low reward, he got a goddamn belt. Maybe it's high risk, and for these fighters who say that he's a low reward, maybe it's a high amount of duck sauce being put on the goddamn fried rice. That's what I think it is. So they can say what they want about Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero gets busy, and I think he has these guys shook. You know what I'm saying? But if he was to fight Devin Haney, how does that fight go? You know what I'm saying? I think Rolly's going to be it's going to be cat and mouse. Rolly's going to be trying to chase after Devin. Devin is going to be looking to pop shot him. Devin's not going to stand in front of him. Devin is going to be moving, and I think the crowd may boo. Honestly. But you got to just understand when Devin Haney gets in the ring, Devin Haney's going to do what he's always done, which is figure out a way to get the decision. And if a knockout comes, it comes. But Devin is going to figure out a way to chicken peck, coochie coo you, and tickle you to a decision. And Rolly could find himself behind them scorecards, and Rolly may find himself having to take risks and losing composure. And next thing you know, Devin starts to exploit the lapses in Rolly's offense and defense. And now Rolly finds himself getting touched up, and now his face is bruised, possibly swollen. And he goes and he loses his belt, and Devin Haney becomes the unified WBA champion. Or they underestimating Rolly, and Rolly shows me that his footwork has improved, his timing has improved, cutting the ring off has improved, his speed has improved, everything's improved big time, exponential growth. And all of a sudden now, bing, 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 he catches up to Devin and he puts him down and out. You just don't know what's going to happen. But I know most people are going to say, no way. Devin will beat Rolly easy. Rolly sucks. I get it. But they've been saying that about Rolly for quite some time, haven't they? Rolly sucks. The man's 17 wins, 2 losses. You got to put some credit on this man's name. There's something special about Rolly. Did he lose the old man, Ismael Barroso? Yeah. Ismael Barroso got jerked. He got jerked in that fight. Rolly was on it. He was on his way to losing that fight. But the bottom line, he got that power. He hurt old man Barroso. And, the referee did what the referee did. And I'm not saying I agree with it because I do think it was premature. But he did have him hurt. But anyway, going forward, we're going to see what happens here. If they make the Devin Haney Rolly fight, I don't know who wins. They want to favor Devin, but I'll put it to you this way. How much better can Devin get? How much better can Ryan get? Right? And how much growth have you seen with Devin and Ryan over the years? Not that much, because they were already really, really, really good fighters. You know what I'm saying? With Rolly now, how much growth have you seen with Rolly? A whole lot. How much better has he become? A lot better. And how much more room for growth is there for Rolly? A lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if from the Ryan fight to this fight, if they can get the signatures on the contracts, Rolly and Devin, I wouldn't be surprised if Rolly shows even more growth and evolution to his boxing game. And when he gets in there with Devin, he shocks the world again. I'm just being real. There's something special about Rolly. I don't care what y'all say. We see it in Devin. We see it in Ryan. We see it in all these fighters. But I see it in Rolly too. And I just gotta, give respect where it's due. Anyway, Rolly may be the real boogeyman because nobody want to fight him. Nobody wants to fight him. Because, you fuck around with Rolly will knock your ass out. It ain't no secret. You see the sparring footage of him fighting all these guys. You see it. There's something special about Rolly. Rolly will fight you. Rolly has something special. That's why he's in the position he's in now. A little bit of the politics and shit, a little bit of the secret society helping him along the way, kind of nudging him along. I mean, I'm not blind. But I know he got to get into the business, and there's something special about that damn Rolly Romero. Everybody said that MF hit hard. They said you got to think twice. It's like, you ever go out into a river to go swim, and you know that river water cold. You put your big toe in that shit, you're like, hell no, I ain't getting in there. You got to mentally prepare yourself. You just jump in. It's not like going to a pool. Pool, that shit ain't cold. Go to a river. That shit is different, boy. You're like, one. You just have to jump in that shit. And when you get in there, you goddamn trying to breathe and oxygen being depleted and shit. That's how it is with these guys on the road. They're like, shit, I just got to jump in there and fight him because they know what he's bringing to the table. Anyway, I think Rolly's the real boogeyman at 147. Nobody wants to fight him. But let's see if he can get a fight with Devin. Man got a title and still can't get a fight. That is crazy. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I got to go to an appointment. In the breeze.